Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. As you can see by the title, today we are trying out a new brow product by Anastasia Beverly Hills, and that is the new Brow Freeze Brow Styling Wax. And I know you guys have been seeing this all over Instagram because every time I go on Instagram, I'm just seeing so many like videos and ads and everything for the brow freeze. So I had to pick it up and try it. So I'm gonna get into that and show you guys how I like it, what it looks like, how I use it, and give you guys the real tea on it. And to be honest, I have very high expectations because it's Anastasia Beverly Hills. Everybody knows she is the queen of brows, so I have very high expectations. So we're about to put it to the test and see how we really feel about it. So if you guys are interested, please keep on watching. If you're new to the channel, please make sure you subscribe to the channel, give the video a like, turn your post notifications on, add me on Instagram, and let's get into the video. Okay, so these are my natural brows with no product in them at all. And if you're noticing that my brows are light, it's because I actually just lightened them last night. I did a tutorial on this on my channel, so definitely check that out. If you guys are interested on why I lighten them and how to do that, definitely check that out. So as you can see with my brows, I do have full brows, but they're not very like full. I have a full structure, but they're not super thick. So they're kind of just like in the middle kind of thing. So what I'm gonna do is I'm actually gonna outline my brows a little bit with the Brow Wiz. I know that it says that when you're using this to use it on clean brows, but the thing is, if I just do it on my clean brows like this, it's gonna give me a lift, but it's not gonna give me that thickness that I want. So what I'm gonna do is I'm just gonna go in with my Brow Wiz just really quickly and do like a light little outline. So we add a little bit of depth to the brow. Depth, did I say that properly? So I'm using my Brow Wiz in medium brown and I'm lightly just gonna go over the top and down the side. If you have very full brows, like very thick full brows, you definitely don't need to do this. You can just go in with the Brow Freeze. Or even if you have thin brows and you just want that natural feathery look, then you definitely don't need it. But again, I love a very full bodied brow. So that's why I'm just going in with a little bit of a brow pencil just to add that shape. And I'm not gonna fill in. All I'm doing is like drawing an outline pretty much. So as you can see, I drew a line underneath, a little bit on the top, and I'm extending the tail. And I love to extend the tail of my brow simply because this is what I've learned from Anastasia Beverly Hills is you need to make sure your brows are very well proportioned. So at the edge of your nose, you want to put your pencil there and match it like this. That's where it's supposed to end. This is where it's supposed to start. So the center of your nostril straight up, and then the tip of your nose is your arch. So you see how we're meeting all the points? We meet all the points. So this is how you know you have a very structured brow. So you see how I have that little gap right there? No worries, we're gonna fix that after. So now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go in with my Brow Freeze, and I'm excited to try this out. I'm very excited. So what it says to do is to dip in your spoolie into the Brow Freeze and then go through the brow. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna grab my 12 brush. This is an ABH number 12 brush, and I'm going to pick up a little bit of the product on the actual brush, and then I'm gonna just lay it, apply it directly onto my brows, because I just think that this gives me a little bit more of like direct application compared to a spoolie. But hey, what do I know? I just think that this is a little bit better, at least for me. I have very thick brows, so I think that going with a spoolie might not give me as much like direct application. So this is what I'm doing. Then I'm going to go in with my spoolie, and then we're going to start pushing upwards. Already with the product that's in it, we're just like pushing it up. Okay, look at this. That is fluffy. So I'm just going to keep fluffing it up a little bit. I'm going to actually go in a little bit more, just a little bit more. And I'm going to add just a little bit more onto my brows because, like I said, they're very thick. Then I'm going to go in again with my spoolie. I really like this method. Like I said, on the website, it says that you should be like rolling the spoolie on the actual product and then wiping it off on the lid, which I've tried, or on your hand and then running it through. But I don't know. I like this method better, applying it with the brush itself, then combing through. But let me know what works for you because this is what works for me. So as you can see, now that I'm lifting it more and more, it's becoming more fluffy, and you can see that I just outlined, I didn't fill in, but I did that on purpose because now that my brows are lifted, I can see where the sparseness is and just go in with, you know, a little flick here, a little flick there, and add a little bit of brow hairs. So then what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to use my brush handle and I'm going to press down my brows. What this is going to do is it's going to let it lay flat and it's going to give that laminated look. So that's what it looks like lamination for what? You can just laminate your brows yourself with a brow freeze pretty much. So this is what it looks like so far. So now what I'm going to do is now I'm going to go in and I'm going to start to define my brows a little bit more with the actual product. I'm going to go in with my dip brow and another number 12 brush. I have so many of these brushes. So I'm going to go in with my dip brow and I'm going to just fill in the little sparse areas. So we're going to give it that nice feathery look. I always like to add some on my hand. And then we're going to go in and fill in the area. And as you can see, you're literally just going in the same direction of your brow hairs. And by using the brow freeze, it makes it so easy because it's laying down your brows already. So you know exactly where or exactly what direction to make the brow hairs go in. So definitely really easy. So this is what it looks like. Again, this is a very different type of style brow. It gives you more of that feathery look. So now what I'm going to do is I'm going to kind of lay down the hairs on the end because I don't want it to be sticking out too much, and a little bit on the front. You could even use a brow pen for a little bit more definition because the brow pen is a little bit more defined, I find, than the dip brow. So I'm going to use a little bit of this, not too much. You see how you can make those strokes with the brow pen? The only thing with the brow pen is I find that you have to be very careful with it. I'm going to go in with my concealer and I'm going to clean up on the bottom just to add a little bit more definition. And as you can see, the brow freeze is not going anywhere. Like, it's actually staying, which I'm very surprised because anytime I've used other brow gels, they don't hold. They hold for like 2 minutes and then they move. So far, this is pretty good. That's what it looks like now. And like you can see, it just looks really clean on the bottom. And I'm using my ABH 20 brush to do this. I'm just gonna blend it. Wow, they're like not even moving. They're staying in place, and that's what we want. I'm not complaining, they're not moving. So I'm gonna go ahead and do the other brow off camera, then I'm gonna come back and we're gonna talk about it. So this is the completed look with the brow freeze, and we're gonna get into that in 1 second, but let's start with packaging. So packaging, love the packaging. This is what it looks like. Rose gold lid, and it has a very big space for you to kind of twirl that spoolie in. So I love the packaging. It's $30, which isn't inexpensive. I like that ABH always has their brow prices within the same range. So all of their products usually range between like $21 to $28, $30. So love that, very consistent with pricing. Design, like I said, really like it. Very spacious for you to twirl that spoolie, so we need all that room. Grams in here, it is 8 grams, whereas the dip brow is 4 grams. So this is double the size of the dip brow, and dip brow lasts forever. If you know, you know, lasts forever. So I just imagine that the brow freeze is gonna last forever because you're using a little bit. Little goes a long way. So definitely like this, and like I said, $30, very inexpensive, so price is great. Packaging, I would give the packaging a 10 out of 10. Love the packaging. So let's get into the formula. The formula is a wax material, obviously, because it's a styling wax. It doesn't feel thick at all. Like, it has a really nice texture to it. It's thick enough to hold your brows up, but it's not like clumpy, sticky, uncomfortable. Like, it's really not. And I've tried other brow gels, hasn't really worked out for me. I've tried other brow waxes, hated it, never held my brows up. Like, within 2 minutes, they were back to normal. I've tried soap brows, did not work for me either. And this is literally the only brow wax that has worked. Usually I use my clear brow gel. You guys know I'm a ride or die for this clear brow gel because it has hyaluronic acid in it. So it always gives me that nice plump lift to my brow hairs, but not like this. This right here is like the true feathery brow. Like this is really, really pretty. So definitely like this. I love the way it styles. I love the way it's holding. I love using it in combination with my Brow Wiz, like you guys saw, because it gives me that nice shape, which I don't have because a girl has thin brows. So I love using it in combination. She really did that. Like you guys saw what my brows look like naturally. Right now, this is giving me like full brows. Like she has full brows. Her brows are so full, so thick. Like that's the vibe this look is giving me. Like you would never know that my brows are actually thin underneath. You'd never know. I need you guys to see this up close and personal because the definition is unreal. Unreal, unmatched. Like the definition is just perfection. And listen, don't come for my brows because I know I need a little trim, so ignore that. But overall, I'm gonna give this a 10 out of 10. And at first I was like, maybe I'll give it a 9 out of 10. But you know what? It's still holding up. Like it's holding up. I've used this already yesterday and it held up all day. So I'm really, really impressed. Like I really like it. It's very comfortable and I'm sold on the product. So I definitely recommend you guys pick this up. Absolutely love it. Like I said, on the website, it says to use it on clean brows and to use the spoolie. Totally up to you guys how you want to use it. But as you can see in the video, I used my brush to apply it. Then I blended it out, which I feel like works for me. So that's how I like it. But overall, guys, I'm very, very pleased. Will I do these brows again? Yes, I will. This is more of like, this is going to be more of like my natural brow kind of thing. But for my everyday brow, I do love a very glam brow. So what I am going to do is I'm going to fill in my brows like I regularly do and then use this as like a finishing tool to just give that extra little bit. So that's the end of my review. As you guys know, I love it. And Anastasia did not come to play. You guys know she always comes out with bomb brow products, so she did it again, and I'm very, very impressed. I definitely feel like you guys need to try this out. There's a lot of brow products out there, like soap brows, waxes, gels, because everybody wants the fluffy look. But this right here, guys, I promise you, you will love this. Really affordable, so definitely check this out. And because it's a wax, I feel like it might be able to be a multi-use product. So maybe use this for like your baby hairs, a little bit of like your flyaways when you're doing like a sleek ponytail kind of thing, because it's a wax. And if it's a wax on brow hair, I'm thinking it should be a wax for hair too, but I'm not 100% sure, but I feel like I'm going to try it out because usually I use my brow gel to kind of gel down my baby hairs and a little bit of my hair right here. So I'm thinking maybe I'll try the brow wax too and see, but I'm going to let you guys know if it works. But I hope this was helpful to you guys. Please comment down below. Let me know your thoughts on it. Have you tried it? What do you think? Do you love it? Do you hate it? Let me know in the comments down below, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.